Something's wrong, man. I need to figure out what's wrong, why it's crackling, what is going on. Why are you making crackling noises? Why?
Now what? Ain't nothing that irks me more than losing these here beautiful horses. And believe me, we've lost quite a few between them pesky undead creeps, the dang syndicate gang, and all the other good-for-nothing scoundrels poking about these parts. But I swear on my old granddaddy's grave there ain't no bigger menace to our horses here than them mountain lions up in Alterac, always coming down from the hills and making my life difficult. You fancy yourself a hero? Go and do something about it then. Transferred from the Stormwind City Guard to South Shore, a town that should be abandoned by the looks of it. Smell of the harbor day and night. Not to mention old Redpath wants me to take care of they murlocs. Ha! I can barely rouse myself to go out to some of the pockets of the overgrown fish down the western strand. If you would go in my place and take care of them, I'd appreciate it. If there's one thing you'll learn about South Shore, it's that we have some of the best cuisine north of Stormwind. Take my secret recipe for turtle bisque, for example. I've known folks to travel from as far as Darkshire just to enjoy a bowl. Speaking of which, I haven't been able to make any lately. I used to head up past Dalaran to Lake Lordamere myself to hunt snapjaws, but it's just too dangerous. If you bring me some turtle meat from the snapjaws up north and soothing spices, I'll whip some up.
Let's get this part.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Testing.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
I need to get closer. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Never felt so good.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. recharging. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Shadow trance.
I can't
Let's get
cast
this
that
party
yet. That
started.
spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
You're in trouble now. Let's get this party started.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
No fucking way that just happened, man. That's super fucking annoying.
Now what?
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Shadow trance.
I can't cast that yet. I need more mana. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. It's too far away. That's still recharging.
Never
That spell isn't
so.
ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Yeah, Fire Shield is.
I hope this will be enough to the Red Path that I've, been carrying out his orders and ridding South Shore of the terrible and horrible menace of the dreaded Murlocs, for there could be no greater evil than the ravages of overgrown fish. Would you believe it, adventurer? Redpath wasn't satisfied with all the Murlocs we killed. Oh, now, don't be modest. You had some hand in it. Now he wants me to bring proof of the dead, hacking off cold, slimy Murloc heads to submit for his approval. I supply only the finest goods. For the Alliance.
Let's get this party started.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I don't have a target. I need a target. I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. It's too far away.
Never felt so good.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Retreat!
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Danger approaches!
Please help me.
Let's get this party started.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. ready yet. That's still recharging.
Shadow trance.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. Danger approaches. I'm out of range.
Let's get this party started.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Danger approaches.
I need a little closer.
Never felt so
That spell isn't held yet. Please. I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Danger approaches.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
I need some
I
mana.
can't cast that yet. I don't have a target. I need a target. I can't loot that.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get this party
That spell
started.
isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Danger approaches.
recharging.
What can... Oh, for the love of the light. They're dripping on the ground. Can't stand touching those things myself. Fish are all well and good, but when they grow legs and start walking around, haven't eaten a fish in weeks, let me tell you. And in South Shore, that means you aren't eating much. You know, adventurer, I'd really rather not take these heads. Since you've already got a handle on them, would you mind delivering them to Redpath for me? Farron's errand boy, are you? If you assisted Farron in procuring these heads, then thank you. South Shore needs hard workers and effort to maintain its protection. Please inform Lieutenant Orinel that I would like him to refocus his efforts on the Naga infesting the Eastern Strand. When he has results, tell him to report to me in person. Crush Ridge Ogres have dug an ogre mound up in the Alterac Mountains near the ruined city of Alterac, and my scouts tell me they've taken over those ruins as well. We can't let them get cozy up there. If they think they're safe where they are, then their next step will be to move down into the foothills, which will put them right at our front door. Go north to the Alterac Mountains and hunt ogres. Bring me the dirty knuckle bones they carry, and you will earn a nice bounty. I am the new magistrate of South Shore, recently assigned after the assassination of the previous magistrate. The assassins were never found, but through our investigations, we're almost certain they were hired by the Syndicate, a group of thieves led by villainous nobles of the now-fallen kingdom of Alterac. The Syndicate has a camp north of the Horde-occupied Terran Mill, and our last clues led to that camp. Slay the Syndicate members you find there. The Naga, huh? Redpath must have just received the same information as me. Ha! He'll not receive a promotion from my toil. Let me explain. My former mentor in the Stormwind City Guard sent a message to me that Alliance High Command is becoming concerned with the threat posed by the Naga. From what he's heard, there's good chances for promotion, or at least reassignment, for anyone who proves valuable in this regard. There's just one small problem. I can't handle the Naga, adventurer. Oh, sure, I could break up a drunken barroom brawl, or haul off a belligerent beggar, but the Naga are too much for me. You've got to help me, adventurer.
I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready yet. I don't have a target. I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
It's too far away. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Let's get this party started.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Shadow trance.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. I don't have a target. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
Shadow trance.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
I've never felt so.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I need a target. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Shadow trance.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Shadow trance.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Shadow trance.
spell isn't ready yet.
Shadow trance.
That's still recharging.
Let's give this
I
a
can't
hard
cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. I need a low second. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Shadow trance.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Let's give this a hard spell.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Hello? Dropped my phone. Hello?
Alright, hello. Hey,
What's up?
I'm leaving Alicia's now. She picked up Nuggy. I'm headed home. So do you still want me to grab lunch or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. What do you want? Where am I going? Because you're that highway all the way home.
You what?
I swear, did you want me to go? I'm pretty much driving a highway to get home. I'm not really gonna pass anymore. So what do you want
That
for
spell
lunch?
isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
What are you willing to get?
Far away.
Huh?
I don't have a target.
Hello?
I'm still here. Can you not hear me?
I can now. I couldn't a second ago.
Well, it's Alicia's neighborhood. It's like that, you know. I said anything, I don't care as long as I can go through a drive-through. So I got Tommy and
Never
Leslie.
felt so good.
Yeah.
That smell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Well, I don't know what's between you and
Get closer.
me.
Well, there isn't. There isn't anything. That's what I'm telling you. It's all a highway. There's nothing around Alicia's neighborhood, and then I'll be jumping on
That
528.
smell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
So,
I can't pass that yet.
I don't know what there is.
Would it be way out of your way to go to Sunny's in Titusville or no?
Let's get this party
Oh,
started.
that's way out of my way. But we can order that on DoorDash, can't we?
Yeah.
Get 2 cents before.
Yeah, we can.
Stupid phone.
Yeah, we can do that.
You still have DoorDash on your phone?
That smell isn't ready yet.
I
That's still recharging.
don't know about DoorDash specifically, but
Well, or Uber Eats, I don't care who. I don't want to try to do it while I'm driving. When I'm taking. I can
Yeah.
send you the money if you want to do the ordering.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. What do you want?
I'm out of range.
Yeah, I'll let you call
I
it.
can't pass that.
I'll call you back.
That smell isn't ready.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I've never felt so good.
That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. I don't have a target.
I can teach you fishing skills.
Good day to you. See you later.
Greetings. Go with honor, friend.
Classic Alliance fishing pool spots. Jarrett Norris, let's you best. Who do I work? better fucking pick up. Okay, I was gonna fucking say, Melissa. Let's get the orders going. Can I fish in Westfall?
Where would you like to fly to?
Well, I'm gonna be a little butthurt if I get all the way here and I can't fish here. But I guess I can just go to Stormwind
Go
City.
with honor.
The western coast of wetlands is the best place to find them. Ah, fuck. Hopefully I stop here. Right? Good. Alright, can I fish here? That is a question. Skill not high enough. Fuck. Can I not just fish here?
Where would you like to fly to? Have a good one.
Deviate fish, oily blackmouth. The western coast of wetlands is the best place to find them. Like the most valuable. Stone scale eel. This website's so stupid.
You need something? Have a good one. Best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend. Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with? Safe travels.
Destroy these Europeans. Bring the heart of arm wrestling back to the West. My training's been immaculate. 285 this morning, leaner and bigger than I've ever been. I got a lot of respect for my opponent, except for his tiny little pathetic little baby hands. But the rest of them I admire. We're gonna destroy these Europeans. Bring the heart of arm wrestling back to the West. My training's been immaculate. 285 this morning, leaner and bigger than I've ever been. I got a lot of respect for my opponent, except for his tiny little pathetic.
you?
Hey Candace, my name's Dakota. Just want to say thank you for taking the time. Love everything you said. I have two questions. One is, what would you say the fatherlessness, what is, like from a rate to 1 to 10 in America, like what is, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's always nerve-wracking being the first one.
Yeah. On a rate to 1 to 10, what is the scale, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time.
No, you're totally fine. This is literally me on my podcast. Sometimes I'm like, I just don't have sentences today.
Yeah. What would you rate on a scale of 1 to 10 fatherlessness is in America?
What is in America? Sorry, I didn't hear the word.
Fatherlessness in America.
Number one, father absence is the number one contributor to every ill that Black America is facing, and they obscure that by just telling you the results of father absence. And this is for everybody. You look at the statistics, they always tell you white versus Black versus Chinese. The reason that people that are the most successful in our society, which are Asian Americans, nobody ever wants to talk about them, but they are the most successful, it's because their family unit is together and they have better values. When you come from a family that is together, it automatically asserts better principles for you, because when you come from a one-parent household, what typically is a scenario is that mom's out working 2 jobs and she's not paying attention to what you're listening to and what you're learning. And this is why culture steps up in a big way. This is why a lot of, I'm speaking about Black children, but this is all children, they turn to culture and that becomes mom and dad. Jay-Z and Beyonce becomes mom and dad. What is Jay-Z thinking I should do when you put on a pair of headphones? And this is why it's been so important for me with my platform to attack culture. And people go, well, what are you talking about Cardi B? Because that's now culture. There are women that are looking up at that, singing WAP lyrics, thinking that they can become successful if they take their clothes off. We have to attack that. Father absence, number one, without question. Thank you so much. Hey.
I'm allowed to hold it? No. Okay. All right. Well, first off, I'd just like to say good evening to you, Candace Olson. I really appreciate you for coming down here because, of course, I'm not someone that agrees with you, but I definitely did enjoy the experience. Just being in this room around different-minded people, I got to, really understand more about you and what you, broadcast to your audience. One thing I'd like to ask you about is, throughout this entire seminar, I hear you, attacking a lot of left-wing, I would say extreme talking points. One thing I would like to have a question about is when it comes to public education, you said that you wanted the department to be abolished, burned down to the ground.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate more as to why you think public education is a problem?
Absolutely. So when things started going downhill in terms of the public education system is when they federalized it. Nothing good happens in the federal government. Nothing good. There isn't a single federal department that you can point to and say, hey, that runs expertly. I mean, DMV, talk about anything. Oh, that runs really well. We should really do more of that. The job of the government is to make sure that it has more employees, right? To make sure that government can grow. And their best way to do that is by creating a system of dependency. So it's counterintuitive. I'm a supporter of school choice. People should not be deemed to go somewhere that they're districted simply because of where they live. This is exactly what leads to kids going to bad inner city communities. And it's a huge reason why I am a conservative, is because conservatives believe in school choice, and they tell you that it's racist and it's wrong, and there's no reason why a child should have to go to school based on where they live and not based on where their mother wants them to go to school with their tax dollars that they're paying into. So the Department of Education has been a remarkable failure. There's not a single piece of proof that shows you that people are not reading more, writing better, we're not better at math than we were when it's been established. How can you have anything that takes that much money from the American taxpayer that hasn't given you a single marker for how it's become successful and it still is allowed to exist? It doesn't make any sense, right?
So, of course, I agree with you there. I feel like, the federal government is spending a lot of people's money on things that doesn't matter. Another point that you made throughout your event is that you feel like the cause for the deterioration of Black America was the absence of family. Do you not feel, you specifically cited the Jim Crow era, do you not feel that the times, during that era had any effect on that, or do you feel like
Well, it's an interesting study. So to be clear, I'm not arguing, because this is how a reporter will take me out of context, but Candace demands Jim Crow comes back. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that is so telling that during Jim Crow times, the Black American family was doing better. Why is that? Because we had to rely upon ourselves, our families were together, and faith was at the center of not just Black life.
Welcome back to the Hardcore Fishing Guide series. This is the first video going over the Tier 2 fishing location where you can fish up the second trunk out of 4 available in the game. Don't forget to check out the first 2 videos over the Tier 1 fishing locations. This fishing spot is what we call a honey hole. This is by far my favorite and most dependable fishing location in the game because of its unique location in the middle of Stone Talon Mountains. No other fishing spot guarantees you 100% uptime on pools to fish out of. I'm almost positive this fishing spot acts like some dynamic spawns in game where one NPC in a camp must be up at all times. Likewise, a fishing node must always be spawned in this lake. What makes this better than other fishing locations is you can always force new spawns once the fish pools are exhausted and get a chance at spawning a shipwreckage, which has a much higher drop rate on trunks and rumsey rum. It's also helpful that no one around level 20 cares to fish too often, and most people don't know how solid this location is to fish for a tier 2 spot. Sagefish is the only node that spawns here, and it's converted into 3 MP5 food and can carry your cooking skill from 80 to 160. After 1 hour of fishing this location, let's see what we got. After opening 21 tier 2 trunks, I got a total of 30 raw silver, 3 green items, bolts of wool and silk cloth, 25 medium leather, 13 heavy leather, and the green dagger and the bolts of silk are where we're really making our money in this run. I also ended up with a stack of strangle kelp, the next rank of healing and mana potions, 4 rumsey rum, and 135 sagefish, which is over double the amount of fish we caught off the coast in the Barrens in the same amount of time, which is kind of crazy. You can cook the sagefish for an additional profit of 2 silver 60 copper each stack, and power level your cooking like we mentioned earlier. After vendoring everything, I made another 2 gold and 15 silver, bringing our total profit to 2 gold, 45 silver, in 1 hour of fishing. I also came away with 2 stacks of healing potions, 1 stack of mana pots, 13 heavy leather for my advanced target dummies, and 4 of the next rank of rumsey rum for any difficult quests or NPCs or caves I find myself in. That's it for this survival guide tip. Consider liking the video and checking out more survival resources in the description. Let me know how this fishing spot works out for you and if you find any crazy greens or blues from the trunks. Cheers.
Looking at fish in my ass. By another delivery. That's not what it showed on there.
So I was poking around a cooking guide and I came across Deviant Delight. Not Savory Deviant Delight, just Double D. And I forgot that, or I just didn't realize that there's 6 different effects that you can get when eating a deviant fish. Also, when looking at the tooltip, it's on a 10-second cooldown, and this got me thinking, well, what else does it share cooldown with? Assuming it's shared with health stones, target dummies, or potions because of some of its heal effects. And guess what? It doesn't share cooldown with anything. Just the thought of carrying around a stack of fish as an extra consumable mid-combat is piquing my interest. So before I continue, let me show you the 6 effects you can get from eating a deviant fish. The 2 most powerful buffs are Invigorate, which is an instant heal between 4 and 500 health, as well as a rank 3 Rejuvenation, which heals for 180 health in 12 seconds. The next 2 neutral buffs are Healthy Spirit, which increases your spirit by 5 for 30 minutes, and Party Time, as well as the vendor recipe, cooking, and how to practically level it and get use out of the food buffs. Let's take a look at cooking and how to practically level it and get use out of the food buffs relevant to your current level. After a few years of playing solo self-found hardcore, it's much easier to level up my professions when I don't vendor key reagents and I know which mobs to grind and what quests to complete for cooking. Let's start with the Horde. If you're a Tauren, you're going to want to save all the stringy wolf meat and small legs you get from wolves and swoops in the starting zone. This will carry your cooking to skill 50. Then you'll buy the Strider Stew recipe in Crossroads, kill every single plain Strider in sight, and you'll cook this recipe until cooking skill 110 when it turns green. At some point you'll quest in Terran Mill and complete the Bear Tongues quest and upgrade to 6 stamina and spirit food. You'll also complete the quest Elixir of Pain and learn how to cook lion meat. Not only are these 2 recipes great for going from 110 cooking to 200, but the quests have a pretty bad drop rate, and you'll also be running between Terran Mill and this Alliance farm a lot, and you'll be grinding a ton of these mobs. At this point, I normally just wait until about level 35 when I can kill Kodos and Decilis for the best Stam Spirit buff in the game at 200 cooking skill. Sometimes you might want to grind turtles for a level or 2 when you just hit 30, and you'll be able to cook 8 stamina spirit food as well. Now if you start in Durotar or you're an undead, I've got a bit of different advice for you. These zones aren't nearly as grindy as Mulgore is, and you almost have to go out of your way to get enough mats to get to 50 cooking in these starting zones. So alternatively, I suggest you grab a rod and reel and fish off the southern coast of Durotar. As an undead, or even Tauren, you're going to go to Sinjin Village right away and get your 10 sticky glues from Assaulted Spirit. So every Horde character is here already. And also the fishing trainer is on this coast, as well as the vendor recipe for the fish to cook. It's 100% drop rate on the Slitherskin mackerel off this coast, and it takes less than 20 minutes to fish up 50 of them. You're also killing 2 birds with 1 stone by leveling cooking and fishing at the same time. And with 50 fishing skill, you can use a lure and fish up valuable resources such as potions, leathers, bags, and Rumsy Rum stamina buffs off the coast of the Barrens. Definitely check out my fishing guide series to see how you can maximize fishing in hardcore. If you do decide to level fishing, you're level 20 and can achieve 125 fishing with lures, you can power level your cooking from 80 to 160 in 1 hour from my favorite fishing spot in the game, as well as fishing up other valuable resources. Now for the Alliance side. I found it super frustrating or just annoying to try and level cooking alongside questing efficiently. It seems like the mobs that drop your cooking reagent are unrelated to quests in the zone, or you need multiple animal parts to make a recipe which doesn't even give a food buff. I would highly recommend getting your fishing skill to level 75 and equipping a lure and fishing my hunting hole spot found in Stone Talon Mountains. Find a cozy pond in Elwyn, Dunmoreau, or Teldrassil, and simply look up where to buy the vendor recipe for the fish you catch while leveling your fishing. Alternatively, I know you'll probably want a food buff that isn't 3 MP5 from the sagefish caught in Stone Talon, so I would get to 50 cooking skill from the fish you caught and then cook clam meat you get from barnacles for 4 stamina and spirit. You should find enough of these while leveling to hold you over until you complete the raptor quest in Wetlands and can turn raptor eggs into 6 stamina spirit food at skill 130. Again, you might find yourself grinding turtles around level 30. They're so free, and they're the best raw gold per hour for this level range. This will boost your cooking skill from 175 to 200, where I would then recommend visiting Decilis and getting your 12 stamina buff online as early as possible. Thanks for tuning into my cooking guide for Hardcore Classic WoW. Let me know if there's anything I missed in the comments, like the video, and check out my other survival resources. Peace. Welcome guys to the first fishing episode in my survival guide series. Today we're going to be looking at the tier 1 fishing location off the coast of the Barrens. This spot can be fished safely at level 10 and requires a minimum 50 fishing skill, and with a lure of 50 and a skill over 100, you're not going to miss any of your casts. There's other fishing locations such as Dark Shore, Silver Pine Forest, and Westfall which fall in this tier 1 fishing location, and they drop the same loot from the trunks. This spot in particular is unique because of the tier 2 weapon crates that spawn along the coast and respawn every 10 minutes. After fishing this location for 1 hour, I was able to retrieve 6 weapon crates with the use of the Dwarven racial treasure finding and nearly tripled my profits. So let's take a look at what we received in 1 hour of fishing at this location. If you're doing a solo self-found hardcore run and not using the auction house, trading, or using the mailbox, fishing each of these locations can provide you with key materials and additional gold for training abilities or buying vendor weapons along your journey. In 17 boxes, I received 12 silver and raw gold, and after vendoring everything inside, an additional 50 silver. Light leather can only be fished out of these tier 1 crates, and you need 6 to craft flying tiger goggles if you're mining and engineering. Additionally, you'll need 4 medium leather for the upgraded green tinted goggles, and later on heavy leather for tier 2 target dummies. We ended up with 46 light leather, 10 medium leather, lots of bolts of linen and wool cloth, 3 green items, 4 lesser healing potions, and 8 minor mana potions, some strangle kelp, 62 blackmouth oils, and 3 Rumsey Rum Light. Now for the 6 weapon crates we picked up, I was able to vendor the gray weapons for gold and 15 silver. So in 1 hour we farmed 1 gold, 75 silver, stocked up on health and mana potions, stored away some 15-minute stamina buffs for difficult quests, and had a chance at some green item upgrades. I found that after fishing the coast for 1 hour non-stop, around the 50-minute mark it felt like I exhausted the respawns, and with 1 or 2 other people fishing the coast at the same time, it won't be nearly as lucrative as what you see in this video. I did it with no competition. If you have an hour to spare, this is what you can expect to retrieve fishing off the coast in the Barrens. Thank you guys for watching, like the video, and don't forget to check out my other survival guide videos in the description below.
You remember classic WoW? Yeah. It's good times, huh? The world PvP, grouping for elite quests, using the trade chat to sell the rare items you found. How about spamming dungeons with your new friends to collect gear to make your life easier while leveling? Good times. Good times. Well, what if there was a world beyond that? A world without any of that shit. Only pain, suffering, death, deletes. Pain, suffering, death, deletes. Pain, suffering, death, delete. So why would you play classic hardcore? Some do it to reap the rewards, man. They want the fame, the stardom, the women, the clout. Reaching level 60 on vanilla without dying is the ultimate bragging right. It makes you a certified Giga Chad. So I decided I'm rolling mage for a few reasons. One being that mage players seem to be the biggest degenerates in the game, and after all, I am an anime enthusiast. But let's just think about the clout potential. The Frostbolts, the Sheeps, the Frostnovas. It's just too easy. With a kit this brain dead, I just know that I'm going to get to 60 this time. But despite there being some interesting players in this zone, I don't really care about the names, dwarves, or their lore. I am a human supremacist, and I don't want to spend any more time around these small freaks any longer than I have to. So I just rush through the zone, ninja a chest, and get out. Now let me just tell you why Northshire is the most important zone in the game. Okay, so in Northshire there's 2 major threats. The kobolds to the north and the Defiance Brotherhood to the east. And that's not even including the dangerous wildlife that's rocking around in between them. If any of these threats become too great, the Northshire Abbey will be overrun, preventing Stormwind from being able to get the resources from the mines and eventually stopping the flow of new adventurers, forcing the guards to be pushed further back into Stormwind, leaving Goldshire invulnerable. And if Goldshire falls, the containment zone is done. ERPers will run rampant throughout Azeroth, resulting in a future far more damaging than one if Ragnaros were to succeed. So while culling as many kobolds as I could and relocating Elwyn's homeless into the grave, I met an old gnome with a passion for racing in the Shimmering Flats. I was on the mission and, I mean, look mate, I've got quests to do, bro. After I finished up, I made my way to the next quest hub at Goldie Inn, and on the way I met a mysterious paladin who warned me that Ray was actually out to get me, but surely not. Like, he seemed like a good guy, right? I mean, well, except that one thing. After causing so much pain and destruction to the local wildlife in Northshire, I knew it was finally time. It's going to start turning around. Finally, I can be the hero that I always wanted to be. But no, I had to kill even more innocent kobolds and homeless people, all in the name of the Alliance. And as word started to spread about my skills of mass murder, I was tasked with taking on
The terror of Elwyn.
Hogger, a chieftain of the elite Knoll Furry faction, known for terrorizing the citizens of Elwyn and being a stone-cold killer. Long has he gone unchecked, and as a hero of the Alliance, I cannot allow this reign of terror to continue. I approach the Knoll camp and begin burning them alive with my fire spells. I eventually reach Hogger and begin kiting him slowly. He was no match for me. My raw power, my muscles, he couldn't understand. I claim his life and make my way back to the guard post. But what is this? There's a new bounty on the poster. It's me. Someone wants me dead. I don't know who, but they don't want me to get to 60. And I make my way to Stormwind Cathedral. It was here I learned the truth. My reputation as a literal WoW streamer and a washed up YouTuber is under fire. My hardcore deaths are being criticized. I'm being called trash, a noob, a casual. I'm being attacked from all angles by the Danish.
Dude, Index, you died with Gouge off cooldown and Sprint off cooldown.
By the professional Korean gamers.
Dude, Index, you're so bad. How many times did you die already?
And it hurts. I ask how. How can I fix this? In order to take back my name, I have to overcome 3 dangerous and life-threatening challenges. The first being the cave in Stone Splinter Valley. I have to go inside and kill Grormug and his 2 bodyguards. But first, with one purpose in mind, I embark on a mission unlike any other that I have before. With the many highs and the many lows to come, not knowing the path ahead of me, I begin training. Making my way to Westfall, slaying the Defias. I cut down each enemy one by one, every kill enhancing my muscles, allowing me to efficiently cast my spells with exquisite precision. I make my way to Stone Splinter Valley Mine in Whitemane, full well knowing that this could be my end. And upon arriving, I see a warlock on the cusp of death. Although this is hardcore and I should let him perish, I could not stand idly by and watch as a hero of the Alliance falls to these disgusting creatures. I intercept with a Frost Nova and begin using my newfound strength to protect my fellow adventurer. Although overwhelmed by such ferocity, we were successful and he was saved. Now dependent on me for survival, he made his way into the mine with me, find our way to Grormug, and in doing so he took one of the 3 mobs necessary for my quest. So I sat back, relaxed, and waited for the respawns. All the mobs started to respawn around me. I couldn't kite properly. I was being overrun, they were everywhere. After escaping, I realized I had already completed the quest, which takes me on to my next adventure. My second challenge would be Old Sooty, a bear located at the top of the mountain in Whitemane, a fabled prize of many hunters, of which none have been successful. But when I got to the top of the mountain, Old Sooty was missing, and I saw a familiar face. A decrepit, disgusting, ugly freak, just standing there, watching. I asked why he was there, and he said, for me.
What?
Feeling uneasy about the situation, I took my leave and decided to go to a place that I had once hoped to avoid. Darkshore, perhaps the most dangerous of all the beginner zones. Vicious mobs, deadly caves, unforgivable escort quests. I knew if I wanted to prove my worth, I had to succeed in this zone. So I tackled the caves, I met the locals, I watched as my allies fell in battle. I failed the escort quests again and again, but I never gave up. I continued until I heard that the freak was spotted heading to my location, and I saw it as an opportunity to finish what I started. And on my way back, I met a night elf and a lady who promised me a Costco gift card if I'm successful. With all the motivation I needed, I made my way back. If I want to succeed in this mission, I need to get stronger. Acquire more power than necessary. More power than conceivable. I need strength, frost magic, speed. I have to go to someone I have long ignored out of fear. Due to a misunderstanding, he received a name change. Violent. Dangerous. He has the power that I need.
Guy makes such good YouTube videos.
I've made it to level 27, and I have yet to receive information on my final conquest. There are rumors circulating that I must defeat the elite patrol in Logmedan. However, I am not ready, and my reputation remains cursed. The graveyard. It has what I seek. I begin exploring the zone, and it's unlike any I've ever seen before. Decayed, rotting, dead. Once I reach the graveyard, I realize it's home to a most devastating foe, and I have a lapse in judgment, as if controlled by a Danish warlock, penetrating my mind using Old Norse magic. I alt-tab and begin spectating a carefully orchestrated clip. A clip designed for this exact purpose, to distract me. And there it is, an unknown assassin still out there. My reputation in the gutter. Another L for the collection.
Oh my
Mindex,
god.
dead.
What a fucking noob.
But it is not over yet. I will get to level 60 in hardcore no matter what, okay? No matter how many times it takes, I will get to 60.
Yeah,
I stream over on twitch.tv/index, but if you're not into that, I will be uploading more on YouTube for real this time, okay? Surely. But yeah, if you like this video, like and comment and all that shit, I guess.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Mom, the Uber driver should be here any minute. Uber Eats, I gotta take a crap.